What's up, y'all? And welcome to another episode of Herb's Comic Book Journey. So this week, I've decided to, once again, go into the Marvel Universe. But this is one character I've really never even heard of until I heard of that Avenger. I think it's the Avengers beta game. And she's going to have her own Disney Plus show. It is Kamala Khan, aka Ms.Marvel. She is a Pakistani superhero, and we shall get into her origin story. But before we do that, we always got to do our sponsors. Our first sponsor this week, FNX Fit. As you guys know, we all been using FNX Fit for the last few months. We have been getting back into shape the way that we should have been years ago, and it's been working out for us really good. If you go on blursandwhiskey.com, you can go ahead and check in the sponsor area and go click on FNX Fit. Promo code for it for 15% off is FNX Blurds 13. Once again, that's FNX BLERDS 13. And so let's get into this. All right, so you have a young girl, a teenage girl by the name of Kamala Khan, and she is a Pakistani young lady, teenager, and she has her friends. She has a young religious family. A religious family, and like typical girls, teenage girls, they want to go to a party, and like typical parents who's looking out for them, they say no. And so eventually she does like the typical girl and sneak out. It's not just girls that do this, it's all people. We've all done it. We snuck out the house to do some stuff that we ain't had no business doing. But she snuck out, and because it was an unsupervised party in the middle of the city. And so when she got there, she still felt like she didn't really stand out. She was nervous and everything. So when she finally got over where the cool kids are, she went ahead and said, "Hey, what's going on?" So they said, "Hey, here, try this drink, this orange juice." She's like, okay. And they said it was vodka in it, and she spit it out. And she's thinking to herself, like, damn, why would you even do this to me and everything? This is, I just want to hang with you guys. Why would you go ahead and give me this? And her friend Bruno was sitting there trying to cater to, like, hey, like, I guess give her that big brother vibe. And she really doesn't want that. She just like, yo, just leave me alone. And then she pretty much just walks away from the party. So in the midst of her actually just walking home, there's like this big, huge fog around the city. A lot of the kids at the party was like, what the hell is that? She's walking through the city by herself in the middle of the night, like a responsible adult would tell their child not to go to. And she's being a little hard-headed ass, and she went ahead and she's like, damn, that vodka must have really hit. And she fell out and passed out. And she was crawling, and all of a sudden, she looks up, and who does she see? Captain America, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel. Also, something weird that was there, too. It was a porcupine chalking up the deuce. Yeah, that was kind of weird. They basically say, like, hey, Iron Man says to her, like, hey, this is what you need to hear. So Iron Man says to her, like, yo, this ain't what you supposed to be doing. I mean, you have a loving Pakistani family that cares for you and everything. This is not the way that you're supposed to be going. And she's like, look, my folks is from the old country and their old rules and shit and everything. I was born and raised here in Jersey City. I'm an American. I want to be able to go out to parties. I want to be able to go out and do all the extra stuff that everybody's doing. I'm a teenager. I mean, I get it, but you still got to follow your parents. You're still a teenager. You don't know what that's just mine. 2 cents. So as she just sits down on the ground looking kind of like confused and everything, the fake superheroes just sit there and look at her. And Captain Marvel says to her, so what do you want to be? She says, I want to be awesome, cool, and butt kicking and all that other shit. She wants to be just like her, except with the less PR or politically correct outfit that she has. She wants to wear some heels and everything. So this does not turn into what you expect it to be. Well, I mean, shit. I mean, I didn't expect a fucking porcupine with two hands just chalking up the deuce and saying what's up. So then they just fade into they just fade. Just like that. So as they fade away, she just bursts out of a cocoon. Yeah. Kind of weird. She just bursts out. And then she looks just like Captain Marvel. And then she turns back into Kamala. She turns back into Captain Marvel. Then turn back into Kamala. Then turn back into Captain. And she just realized, like, being a superhero is, in the beginning, is like, it's not all it was cracked up to be, because, say, I ain't even got no drawers on. How the hell do they do this shit? So, which is, why would they tell us that with a 16-year-old? Anywho. So, as she's sitting there, going back and forth with her shifts, her powers and everything, she realizes that she can change into different people, and she can also just shrink down to size, grow really big and everything. So, as this is going on, the kids at the other party was still kind of mystified by that fog and everything. They're near the docks and getting into typical teenage bullshit. So one of the jocks who is sitting there with this girl named Zoe, she's just sitting there like, no, stop, leave me alone and everything. So he sitting there goofing around and accidentally drops her into the water. So as Kamala is looking at this, she's like, oh my God, I need to go and save her now. So then she turns into Captain Marvel, and she turns her hand into this big ass shovel, like really, really big, and just goes down into, just shovels her out of the water. And yeah, that's pretty much how she saved her. Kind of dope. Can't even lie. Pretty interesting. So people started asking her questions like, yo, how the hell did you do that? And she was just like, and then just rolled out. So she was like, oh my God, I need to get back home. She swiped a old dingy jacket from a bum on the street. And then she got back in time to her house to make sure that she didn't get caught. Nope, she did. She got caught by her parents, and they grounded her ass. Rightfully so. Told your ass to stay in the house. So her parents, rightfully so, said like, hey, your ass is grounded, and you can only just go to school and come home. That's it. So she wakes up the next morning, and the whole entire thing is on the news from the other night, basically about her getting saved, because she's thinking to myself like, I can't be the only inhuman. What the hell? She goes to school, and she's looking up all the just like what type of powers and everything she may have, like shrinking, getting big, shape-shifting, stuff like that. And she gets so tensed and everything to the point to where her hand actually just shrinks. And all of a sudden she goes to the bathroom and she gets huge. Well, that really the ladies' gym locker room. And then she just shrinks. Her hand shrinks. And then her whole entire body gets big enough to the point to where it just pretty much just smashes everything in the gym and in the locker room. And she even turns into her mom at one point. So after going through all that mess, she was like, you know what, let me just, it's been a stressful day. Let me go ahead and check out my, on the way home, let me go ahead and check out my friend Bruno. Didn't your mother just come over there and just say, hey, just go the fuck home? fucking hard-headed teens, man. And so as she goes to see Bruno at his shop, she sees that he's getting robbed. And she's like, oh my God, let me call the police, till she find out that she's got no power on her phone. So she's like, well, I am a superhero. So she turns into Ms.Marvel, busting that motherfucker, just shatters everything, gets her big, huge hand, turns it really big, smashes the table, grabs the robber, and the robber's like, look, this is going way too far. Dude, tell her to stop. And she's really feeling good about herself until, bam, she gets shot. She falls down. She's like, oh my God, what is going on? I just got shot. So Bruno pretty much looks at the guy, tells him to get out, just dip. She goes ahead and she's like, okay, like he's calling the police and everything. And then she tells him no. And then she turns back into Kamala. And he's like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? And so she tells him that, hey, I got these powers, but she can't really shapeshift back into Ms.Marvel because she has to gain, in order for her to heal, because as soon as she shifted back into Kamala, the powers were able to try to restore her getting shot. But when she tried to turn back into Captain Marvel, she started bleeding again. So what they did was just turn her into regular Kamala. And he found and Bruno found like this makeshift mask, put her on her face, and she's like, yeah, I'm Ms.Marvel. I'm saving the day. It's me. And the police is like, wait, what? So police ain't asking questions, like serious questions, like taking her down to the what's the name, to the precinct and shit like that. They just, oh, okay, and just walk off. I got questions. I'm sorry, but but anywho, she pretty much goes back and tells him like, hey, I got these powers and everything, and the only way for her to regenerate is going back to her regular form. But then she finds out, she asks him like, hey, your brother, that was him, wasn't it? And he's like, yeah, that was my brother, because he got tied into some shit with some gang members. And he tried to fake the robbery so he can give him some money. She's like, hey, I got superpowers now. I could just go over there. And she goes over to the place where he's being captive, and she turns into she's like, look, I just treat this like a regular game of Battlecraft. Just don't be scared. And there's robots like walking around and shit in there. So the robots come through, and she just wrecks shit. She hits like the elastic leg and just bam, one robot down, bam, another robot down. And then she's thinking like, hey, I got this, till the bad guys show up, and it's literally a guy with a shirt that says, I'm a bad guy. Can't make the shit up. So as the person, the I'm a bad guy shows up, he shoots at her and hits her and gets her in the side. And she's like, oh my God, I got shot. I'm gonna have to shrink down. And so, cause she almost had him, Vic, and she's like, I got to get out of here. I got to restore my energy. So that's when she came home, got cussed out by her parents, and said she's super grounded this time. And that's when the montage part happens. She goes ahead, trains and everything. Just, okay, this is what I could do now. And, okay, I think I have my powers in hand right now. So as she gets ready to go back to the hideout where Vic is located at, she's like, okay, I got a plan now. I'm gonna go in here, take out these machines and everything, these robots. So she jumps on them, starts riding them around, breaks the shit, and then she's like, okay, grab Vic, I'm gonna get big, and I'm getting the fuck up out of here. So she did exactly that. She grabbed him real quick, got real big, and just hauled ass out the place. And so the next day, it's this back at where the whole entire where Bruno's store is. There's like a little character that looks just like her. It's kind of like a mascot, just sitting right there, and everybody's talking about how Vic got saved by Ms.Marvel. And she's like, yeah, this is me, and it's all in the day's work. And she was like, look, but I gotta go. So then the bad guys, the inventor of those robots, basically just comes and tells this another bad guy, like, yeah, she took Vic and she rolled out. And this bird-like person said, like, hey, you made an urban legend out of her. Now it's time to take her out. And that is the origin story of Kamala Khan, aka Ms.Marvel. It's a pretty good story. Funny, but it looks like it's supposed to be quirky, and it was actually pretty dope. I can't even lie, it was pretty cool. But as we always do, we got to close it out with another sponsor. Right this second, I know my beard looks a little like kind of all over the place. As you can see, I'm at Papa Royal's spot, helping him out with something. But yeah, usually I have my beard tamed and everything, but it's a struggle right now. So let's talk about Beard Struggle. Beard Struggle is one of our other sponsors that we work with. It is a beard company, beard company who they have oils, they have brushes, they have combs, they have hot brushes that could really get your beard looking nice and neat, smelling great with the different oils. You can have shampoo and conditioner, and as always, go and make yourself look really good while you're out here in these streets, because it is a struggle when your beard looks like, So, but be sure to go on blursandwhiskey.com, check out our sponsor, and it's gonna have the Beard Struggle, and the promo code for it is BLERDS1, BLERDS 1. Be sure to check that out. You get 15% on all your purchase, and that concludes Herb's Comic Book Journey. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a pretty quirky one. Go and check it out. It's actually pretty interesting. Deuces.